Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
The guy sitting beside me, are you the Prince of Nigeria or Prince of Ghana?
Prince in Nigeria.
Prince in Nigeria. Which part of Nigeria?
Odoruwo, which is in Osun State.
Wow.
So you guys, people who are watching this, you're more than welcome to the kingdom of Odoruwo. If you're ever in Nigeria, just hit me up. You're more than welcome.
And who will accommodate you?
You're more than welcome to come visit. We will accommodate you. We will accommodate you. You're more than welcome to come visit.
Dynast love visiting African countries. That is, when was the first time that you visited Africa?
Tanzania, December 2011. I went to Tanzania. Loved it.
What was the mission going to Tanzania?
I just, well, the mission was I was going to go to Brazil.
Okay.
And get a villa and get a bunch of fine Brazilian women. But that those plans fell through, so a friend of mine encouraged me to go to Tanzania. So I went to Tanzania. I just wanted to experience Africa. I really didn't have any, I didn't have an agenda really. I just wanted to go because my friend said go, and I mean, I fell in love.
Wow. And since then, I don't even see you in Tanzania anymore, but I've been seeing you around West Africa.
I'm West Africa. My heart is in West Africa. I'm a West African cat.
And so, how many African countries have you been so far?
I think like 13, 14, something like that. Yeah.
But something that I don't understand, Dynast can come to Ghana today and live the next day. Dynast can go to Nigeria and live the following day. But Dynast, why don't you move to any of these countries?
Okay, well, first of all, I've been in Ghana for 4 days. I was in Nigeria for almost 2 weeks. It's in the works. It's in the works. It's in the works. So I'm looking for land now. Gonna start building, and it's gonna happen.
You have your Nigerian passport right now. Was it
I'm Nigerian.
You're Nigerian now?
Yes.
Wow. Acquiring the passport, was it like difficult to get it?
No. I mean, basically what immigration asked for, I provided. So.
Amazing. Dynast, I want to know, how has the experience in Africa been like since 2011 till now? How has the experience been like?
I'm enjoying, you know, especially when I go back to the places I've been to, seeing the gradual improvement. So. I'm enjoying that, and also too the diaspora. Many people in the diaspora, them being sparked and motivated to travel to Africa. They come experience the motherland. Because at the end of the day, if you're black, you're an African. So why not come to Africa? Wow,
if you're black, you're an African. But you know for sure that some of our brothers don't want to accept the fact that they're Africans. You have anything to tell them since you've been in and out?
They're lost. You know, it's one of those things. It's just, you know, we laugh at them. You know, we feel sorry for them, but you know, we have to move on. You know, if you want to be a indigenous Hebrew, Israelite, Moor, Moroccan from Turtle Island in America, you know, that's you. You know, but you know, God bless you. Good luck.
There's this question that I know for sure that a lot of Africans on your page want to know. When you come to Africa, you're always at maybe the village part of Africa.
Right.
That's where you keep on going. I hardly see you in the city.
I'm in the city, so.
Sometimes you're in the city, but most of the time the vlogs that you show basically like outskirts of the city and stuff. Why is that?
That's where the culture is. I mean, as the cities develop, I mean, the cities are getting better, the infrastructure is getting better, but the cities are, in my honest opinion, and some people might get offended, nothing more than copycat versions of, they're trying to duplicate the West.
Okay. And
I don't see that being unique or authentic. So when I come, because when I first started coming to Africa, I was coming, you know, I was working in corporate America, so I had limited vacation days. Okay. So why go to a major city that's, I guess, trying to be like the Western counterparts when I live in LA, I lived in Atlanta, and they're trying to copy those formats. So I could only experience the culture in the villages, so that's where I would want to spend my time, and that's you know, that's writing it up.
And I know sometimes some Africans get offended because
oh well, they're insecure. That's all. They're insecure. You know, I think a lot of Africans suffer from what I want to say. They want to be white people. You know, they have this white standard. So since white people told them that what you do in the village is backwards, they've adopted this mindset. You know, I don't come to, last thing on my mind when I come to Africa is white people. So I think that's what it is. You know, they seek white approval. And because of the images and the way that Africa's been documented by white people, you know, they make the village, you know, our indigenous spirituality, they make it seem as it's evil, it's backwards. And so a lot of us unfortunately have adopted that. And they think, hey, basically they want to compete with white people. I'm not here, I don't come to Africa to compete with white people. You know, I think that's the problem. It's just this mindset we have.
Yeah, because I read a comment on your channel, someone was saying that Dynast, you are feeding into the negativity out there because like some of us, we hardly get to see Africa this way. But when Dynast go to Africa, this is exactly the same Africa that he shows that. I saw in the comment section some of you, I read those comments from Africans that some of them were so mad, like, hey, at least like, you know, there are a lot of African Americans out there, a lot of African diaspora who are actually following you to see Africa through you. So why don't you like balance the equation for us? You know, sometimes maybe you're in the city, just because I saw your video on Instagram, it's like you told that I could take flights to Kumasi, and all this while I never knew.
Well, I knew I could fly, I just know it was that cheap.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know it was that cheap.
Good. Yeah. So we want to know, can you sometimes balance the videos for us, like, because you do videos on YouTube. If you don't know, Dynast is the YouTuber. The YouTube name is Search for Uhuru. You gotta subscribe. You gotta subscribe right now and go support the brother. I mean, like, he has been to so many African countries more than me. But anyway, I just wanted to know, can you balance the equation for us? Because this is what a lot of Africans on the channel have been saying. Like, we are following you just because we want to see Africa through you. We have never been to Africa, but we always see Search for Uhuru at the village part of Africa. Yeah, you're supporting the people.
I would say this, the people who are, I guess, offended by the amount of time I spend in the village, you tell them to go get a camera, buy an airplane ticket, and they could come to Africa and document it how they want.
What? Dynast love voodoo.
Yes.
Dynast, why do you have so much love for voodoo? The last time I did a voodoo video, I lost 1,000 people following my channel. Because
again, our people have been brainwashed into believing, like, don't say you hate voodoo, but then you're a Christian or a Muslim. You know, a lot of our people have been brainwashed into thinking that the Western standard is the only standard to go by. Before white people showed up to West Africa, we were animists. We practiced voodoo, we practiced Ifa. We had our own traditional religions that our ancestors crafted specifically for us. The only reason why you were a Christian is because white people forced you to be a Christian. The only reason why you're a Muslim is because Arabs came, invaded, and enforced Islam on you. So I don't understand why. Now, black Americans, the diaspora, we somewhat have an excuse because we've been disconnected from our spirituality. But for an African born in Africa to not embrace their indigenous spirituality and replace it with something foreign, it makes no sense to me. Like, it makes no sense to me. You'll never hear the Chinese talk down on his indigenous Confucianism, whatever it's called, you know, and replace it with Christianity. You never hear the Indian talk bad about their religion and replace for their Christianity. But for some reason, the African denounces his own spirituality in replace of the religion that the colonizer forced on him. It makes no sense. So again, those 1,000 subscribers, they're lost.
Like, there's this question I really want to ask you. There are people that I normally see on social media claiming like Pan-African, I'm Pan-African, for Pan-African, but a person like that has never stepped his foot in Africa.
Right.
What do you say about people like that?
Well, Marcus Garvey, he never stepped foot in Africa.
Okay.
I think if your intentions are to eventually step foot in Africa once you have the resources to, then yeah. But I think a lot of even Pan-Africanists, they're scared to come to Africa. I noticed that, like they want to be Pan-African in America, but they don't want to come to Africa.
Why is that?
I guess they feed into the negativity. I run into a lot of them. And you know if they're serious or not.
No, but which means you have to address this issue. If someone is scared, he calls himself Pan-African, he's scared of coming to Africa. If you have a message to tell that person, what are you going to tell him?
Stop being scared. You know, I hear the flight's too long. I'm a Pan-African. I'm a Pan-African, but I can't fly to Africa because the flight is too long.
No, that should be.
Right. Literally, so you can step on the soil. You can fly direct from JFK, New York, to Dakar, Senegal, and it's like a 7-hour flight. Wow. You watch a movie, you take a nap, you land. You know, so there's no excuses. So we hear that. Now, as far as the money issues, that's a real issue for a lot of people. Yeah. But I think a lot of times it's either missed priorities, or a lot of them are just scared. You know.
Wow. Dennis, before I let you go
ahead.
I know a lot of the Black Americans or maybe Africans in the diaspora feel like when they come to Africa they will not be accepted. Right. You being an African American, travel within Africa.
Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. So that should tell you right there.
I'm so sorry. Like you being a Nigerian.
Well, I'm a Black American Nigerian, I guess. But for those that say that we're not accepted, I'm Nigerian. So that should tell you right there. I was received. I've been received everywhere I went.
All the countries you've been to?
I've been received.
Nobody hates you because you're...
No one hates me. I think what happens, there are a lot of Africans who immigrate to America. Okay. Who, I guess, since they don't want to offend the white people, they carry themselves a certain way, which can, I guess, I would want to say, upset a lot of Black Americans because the way they carry themselves or their attitudes, or they want to be seen as different from those Black Americans. And I think the way they go about it, a lot of times it rubs Black Americans the wrong way. So with that being said, if the immigrants are the first people that you come in contact with from Africa, and if they rub you the wrong way, then it's like, okay, if they're like this here, I just only can imagine if we go to their home how they are. But that's not the case. That's not the case. And I think that has been somewhat the problem. But my experience overall has been, from immigrants to the continent, has been great. Wow. But the people that continue to, I guess, try to leverage this, Africans don't like us, they have no intentions of coming to Africa anyway. Like, don't tell me that Africans don't like you, but then you want to go to Paris, or you want to go to Europe. You don't want to go to Africa because you swear Africans don't like you, but then you're in Europe, who colonized Africa, brought you over here, stuck you on plantations, which you're still pretty much on for 400 years, but then you still want to go to their homeland, but you don't want to come to Africa. So a lot of these people aren't serious. They're just using that. We call it Negro stalling tactics. They're not serious about coming to Africa in the first place. So they'll use every excuse or stalling tactic to not come. But then they have no issue with walking around and being around white people every day in America. Like some African Americans asked me, Dynast, ask those Nigerians if they were involved in the slave trade, right? Yeah. My response was, do you ask your white boss if he was involved, if his ancestors were involved in the slave trade? But you want me to ask Nigerians if their forefathers sold us, but you won't dare ask your white boss, your white neighbor, the white lady at Target, white people in America, if their ancestors were involved, but you want me to ask the Nigerians. Like I said, they're not serious. Just ignore them.
Dynast, I feel like Dynast love Africa by heart, because even his costume right now, it's everything African. Dynast, I love the fact that you love Africa, and I love the fact that you're traveling within Africa. Like your trip was actually an inspiration to me to start my whole Africa to the world trip. Because I see African American, like I told you, I had classmates from African American who were my classmates, but all of them were scared to come to Africa. And I saw you traveling, eating, but the other side of Africa. I was like, Dynast is doing the other side of Africa, but since it's not showing the other side, I'll come and show you the other side. So you know what, you can follow Dynast, go check out his videos, go subscribe, go support the movement. Dynast, it's been long, you need to hit 100K. I
know, right? So guys, go to search for Uhuru.
Thank you.
Search for Uhuru. Also, next tour is coming up in March to Nigeria. Please visit Nigeria with me. Nigeria is an absolutely beautiful place. We're going to go to my kingdom of Odoruwo. We're going to go to Osun State. We'll be in Lagos. So please come and join us in Nigeria in March. The dates are March 20th through the 26th. Hit me up. Just go to DynastAmir.com. DynastAmir.com. Send me a message. Until next time, Wode.
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you finally.
Ayomaya.